position. So we're going to start out with what I'm calling it the extreme plank. So the swing is going to be low at the hips, and it actually is easier if the swing is lower. So just decide if you want the swing a little higher or lower. I think I might just bring mine down one just to make life a little bit easier. So I'm going to unhook extra length, and then we can bring it up for other things too. So let me just go ahead and make that adjustment. So just decide if you want it to be a little bit easier, a little bit harder. Lower is better. And you'll see why. So we're going to go ahead, bring our hands down to the floor, make sure the mat is centered. It's actually important for it to be in front of you. So what we're going to do is practice floating and plank a little bit. Just on our fingertips, we're going to be pulling forward and trying to hold it. So once we pull forward and we feel that dynamic tension, we're going to bicycle the legs. Okay, so we're going to stay floating. Feet are going to be hip distance. Yeah, and then we're just going to let ourselves float. Now just stay there so I can see you carry. Pull forward onto your fingertips all the way. Yeah, so if you're tractioning, you're not on the fingertips, but you're pulling. So bring your fingers down a little bit more and pull. Like little, yeah, like that. You feel the difference? Okay. So it's going to be more engaging than we normally do. You're going to feel that momentum wanting to pull us back. Yeah, and so once you get into a nice rhythm with that, see if you can feel the pecs working, right? So the palms are up, fingers are pulling. Walk your hands forward a little bit more. Yeah, that's what you're pulling. So you're not going to come, your shoulders do not come over your fingertips. Yeah. Walk your hands forward more until you find it. They're not right underneath you, they're forward. So, this is right underneath you. This is forward. Walk your hands forward, and then pull. Yes, and stay there. There you go. That's it. You feel the difference? Yeah. Okay. Now you're working, like the whole time, the shoulders. Because if you relax, you're just going to come right back, right? So stay pulling forward, and try bicycling it out. And so, you'll notice here that the back muscles are really engaged. And then what we're going to do is with straight legs, we're just going to sway from side to side. Whoops. Make sure you don't kick me. There we go. Perfect. Just like seeing the toes. So squeeze the legs together the whole time. So we're going to keep nice long lines of energy in the body. And see if you can keep that pull forward. I know it's really challenging. Yeah. Good. Now we're going to come to center. What we're going to do is so I'm going to teach the same way instead of teaching it backwards as much as possible. Take the right hand towards center, like you can pull it back right underneath your shoulder now. And then left arm is going to reach towards the sky. Okay, so twisted plank. And to come into a side plank, we're going to go ahead and hold on to the far edge of the swing, and then shimmy onto the top of the right hip. Beautiful, so we're straight up and down. Now the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and let the right foot land, and then you're going to shimmy a little bit more so the belly reaches towards the sky, and then you're going to lift the left leg, right? And so you're lifting so much that you can grab for the toes. Now if the swing is right above the glutes, it makes it a little bit easier, so make that adjustment. And then repress that right foot into the earth, that right hand into the earth, and then turn your chest towards the sky for Vajrasana. Isn't that amazing? Amazing. It feels so good because the place where we collapse when we're doing this on the floor is being lifted up towards the sky so we can really feel the pose. So the heart rolls up towards the sky even more. Yes. That's it. Now what we're going to do is just come back through center. So roll it down into plank. Yep, shimmy. Keep the legs squeezed together the whole time. Not just because of my face. So left hand in center. Right arm twist towards the sky. So now it's just a plain twist. It's not a side plank yet, right? And then follow your gaze to your fingertips and then reach to the far end of the swing. And now you can shimmy on top of that left hip. Great. Legs squeeze together. That's beautiful. Now in order to so the first thing we do is we lower the left leg. And then you turn your belly towards the sky more. So you're on the outer edge of that left foot. Yes. And now when you turn your belly towards the sky, you can lift the right leg. So belly towards the sky more. Yeah, like that. Yeah, you want to get right above the glute. And then you can grab for the toes. Yep, we have to balance. Let the swing slide above the glute a little bit more. Yes, yes, there it is. There's like a little nook. So it's better to keep the foot on the floor if you can, but you might need to lift up in order to get it. And then come on back. Belly towards the sky is the key. I know, isn't it amazing? My client was like, why is this so hard? I'm like, because it's hard. Yeah, and then you want to turn your belly more. Yeah, you got it. Balance. You got it. I know, it seems so far. And then once you get the toes, you can replant the foot and roll the heart up towards the sky. When you're going to press, you can stay floating. See, my swing is up more towards my waist, and that way you can plant the foot and come into baji. So just let it slide up. There it is, like that. Yes. Roll your belly. Yes. There you go. So that might be easier, it might not. Just try it. And then you can really press the left hand down. Yes. Now you got it. And it's okay to play with it, so the swing allows us to really play in some of the poses a little bit more if you feel the full extension. Okay, great. Now what we're going to do here is we're actually going to keep rolling our belly towards the sky. Go ahead and hook that right leg around. Nice. Let yourself come into half lotus. So I'm going to reach back, right hand for the left foot. Okay? So my free hand can be extended. Right? You can reach back and grab the foot for the full lotus. Or you can just keep like a handstand arm, depending like what feels good for you today. So just find the position that feels most rewarding. And then we're going to go right into peaceful warrior and switch sides. Yeah. Good. Find your favorite arm position. Both arms is 100% okay. So just try half lotus too. So for me, I like keeping my hands down because what I'm going to do is push up into a half wheel from here. Yes. So both hands down. Top leg extends. Yes. The foot not. Beautiful. And then we're going to just switch in the air from peaceful warrior into half wheel. Beautiful. Straighten the arms when we get there. Awesome. We'll do that whole sequence again. This is our extreme warm-up. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach up for the swing with my left hand. As I take my right leg down, I'm going to spin back to plank. See if you can get the spin.
Right leg goes on the outside?
Yes. Yeah, release it and then just keep spinning. Yes, that's it. Really nice. Whew, I know, we're warm now, right?
Awesome.
Alright, go ahead and bicycle. I'm going to add a couple things in the middle there. See what it's like to pull forward and back a bicycle for the beginner version. Okay. And then if you want to do the more hardcore version, you keep pulling forward. Just pull forward the whole time. So amazing. Awesome.
Swimming upstream.
Yes, we are swimming upstream. So go ahead and do a couple of leapfrogs. So go ahead and try crow. Hold it if you can. Microsecond. Awesome. And then legs together. Let's go ahead and sway from side to side. Yeah. We'll do the same sides. I'll wait for you. There you go. Straight arms the whole time if you can. Yeah, stop when you kick my hair. I'm just done. Good. Good. Awesome. Actually, if we mirror each other, then you don't kick me. Yeah, it's good to know. Alright. Awesome. So once we come back to center, let's actually plan it. Take a little break here. Come into a happy dog. So in a happy dog, you're going to wag your tail. Do little figure eights or loop-de-loops, whatever feels good. Let's try spinning forward and back a little bit. Just loosen up the body after all of that engagement. So we stay engaged but relaxed. And then we're going to just naturally come into some cat's meow. So inhale, arch and open. Exhale, round in, pull the navel up towards the spine. Inhale, arch and open. Exhale, round in. Inhale, open. Beautiful. Exhale, round. Squeeze the energy out the back. One more time. Inhale, arch and open. Let's come right into our plank. Side plank, right hand down. Twist first. Then grab for the outer edge. Then shimmy. So now we can go a little bit quicker. Now we got it. So I bring my right foot down, left leg up. Grab for the toe. And then re-ground the hand and the foot. Turn the chest towards the sky. Look up towards those left toes if you can. Beautiful. And then go ahead and come back through plank. Bicycle. Just to reset the spine. Give ourselves a moment here. Okay. And then we're going to plant left hand, twist, and then reach for the far side of the swing to come into the side plank. And then I bring left foot down first, turn my belly towards the sky. It gets the swing above the glute. Right foot up. You might notice one hand is different than the other. And then go ahead and replant the left hand and foot to fully extend. And just really work on that length through the body. And then while we're here, we're going to keep turning our belly towards the sky. Go ahead and wrap that right leg around, and then come into half lotus or full lotus, whatever feels good for today. Let's go ahead and come into our handstand arms, plant the foot, come into half wheel. Beautiful. Go ahead and fully extend through the chest. Now keep your hands where you are. You can just bend the elbows, wrap both legs around, and switch sides. Right foot comes down, left leg straightens up towards the sky. Half wheel. Super fun. Okay, so for us to come back into our plank, we're just going to go ahead and hold on to the swing. Shimmy down, release the leg, bicycle it out. Just take a moment there. We're going to add to the sequence. I'm just going to make sure that this turns off so I don't have to keep cueing this. Stop. There we go. So let's go ahead and add on to that sequence from there. How did that feel? Amazing. Really different too. So now we're going to add on to the thigh spun sequence that we've done before, which is always fun. So let's go ahead and land it in our down dog. Shake out the hair, shake out the head, like the tail. See if you can stretch the side body in a new way. Notice that from here, we can actually come right into the Vashisthasana if we wanted to, and how that opening of the side body is an important factor for getting the leg up towards the sky. We might not grab the toes that way, just lift the leg, but that's like a nice way of practicing to get the ergonomics, mechanics down. It's really fun. Beautiful. So yeah, more advanced version of the down dog. Let's go ahead and come into our cat's meow with the right leg, left leg lifted. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, squeeze through the nose. Inhale, lift up, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lift. Go ahead and hook that left foot, bend the knee alive. Keep it bent. Press back into the one-legged dog. Now, the one-legged dog, we're stretching the back on that right calf before we go any further. So really get nice long lines of energy first. And then we're going to go ahead and hop that foot to the center of the mat, straighten the left leg up towards the sky, hang into standing splits. Go ahead and try some eagle wings. And lift it up a little bit. Now the key is to walk your foot forward. So you don't have to move the swing. You can just keep walking the foot forward. See the diagonal I'm on with the pump into another twist here. Right hand plants, left arm reaches towards sky. Okay, good. Now when I reach for the far end of the swing, I'm going to reach up as high as I can. And then you can just turn the toes out to the side and spin into half moon. Belly is facing the windows. So there's a few from half moon, we get our foot right underneath us, so you can kind of hop that into position so then you can fully extend. If your leg isn't right underneath you, then you'll feel the difference in the angles. Okay, great. So what we're going to do is turn the belly towards the sky. Hold on to the swing with both hands. Okay, a little different than the sequence we learned. We're going to kick up into hammock, and then we just bend the knees and come into crescent moon. So from half moon, we come into crescent moon, which is just fun. We're just letting our arms extend, our legs are hooked. Obviously from there we can come into our old sequence. So this is part of the sit and spin. But we're going to release our foot back down. Let's go ahead and come to half moon, but we're going to incorporate our leg loop underneath the arm. So the leg loop is being split, so one side is in front of us, one side is in back of us, and that allows us to float. Yeah, like that, right underneath the armpit. So it should feel really good to get that extra support. And this is really good for people who are newer to the practice, so they feel like they have that support and balance. And then what we're going to do is bend that left knee and come into mat garage. And the swing, the leg loop is going to stay underneath the breast line, and that'll allow us to reach up. So lean forward and get the leg loop in front. Yes. Okay, that's good too. Oh, I have it underneath my breast line. Yeah, so it's in front of me. There you go. But that was really cool too, what you did. And then I can hold on with both hands and get a big shoulder stretch. And this really allows people to feel the support in the pose, because these are definitely challenging for new people. And then you can actually try your wings too. So you can just let yourself fly. Feel like your chest drop more. Yeah, even more. There you go. That's another way to play leg variations. And then what we're going to do, we keep the foot hooked. I'm going to get that leg loop on one shoulder, and then I'm going to turn my chest forward. Just let yourself kind of sway forward. And I'm going to let my left hand grab above my foot. So now, what's this pose in yoga? I can't remember this pose. Dancer? It is like dancer, yeah. Dancer pose. It's really fun. And then what we're going to do is be really sly about it. I'm going to grab the leg loop with the left hand and bring it onto the shoulder. So now we're in this, I usually call this half skydiver, or like one-legged skydiver, right? Which is really cool. We're going to squeeze our hands down towards the floor, extend the leg. From there, I can tuck in and lift my foot. So my right hand can grab my right foot, and then I can create a nice diagonal from my left fingertips to my left toes. Yes. Isn't that amazing? It's so fun. Awesome. Now, if anybody wants to get crazy, they can hook the foot with both hands and come into sundial. It's a lot. Beautiful. Come back through. We're going to bend both knees and come into our skydiver to center up. Nice. Bend the knees a lot. Yeah, good. So we're just going to try and reverse it here, since we're already in skydiver, and then we'll come down and do the second leg. But since we're here, why don't we go ahead, well actually, bend the elbows, come into archer. This would be a better transition. We're making this up because we don't want this. So from archer, which is a nice way to neutralize the spine, we're going to come through a Superman. And then what we're going to do is let our feet plant, bring our arms up overhead, nice big stretch through the front of the chest, and then dive in, come into a forward fold. And then we're going to release the leg loop hard to lift the right leg. Open. Exhale, go ahead and squeeze into the nose. Inhale, lifting, opening, stretch the belly. Exhale, round and engage forward. Inhale, lift. So this really prepares the body for some of the more extreme stuff that I'm going to do. So open it up. Now keep the right foot up there, hook the foot. Okay, we first come into one-legged dog, so we press back. So as much as possible, get the chest towards the left knee. Stretch that calf on the left side as well as the hamstring. So it's important to get that left leg open before we try standing splits. And then you can hop the left foot to the center of the mat. So we're pulling forward. Keep leaning forward so the weight's on the ball of the foot, not the heel. Straighten the right leg towards the sky. Drop the elbows and hang. Now, if you feel like you have your balance in standing split, you can try your equal wings here, which is really fun. And then lastly, it's back. There you go. So the idea is we're getting our head as close to the ground as possible instead of trying to ground the heel down. Even though you're energetically pulling the heel down, right? So you're still getting that length in the back. Beautiful. Release the grip, plant the left hand in the center. Open up for a twist. Standing split twist. Reach for the far edge of the swing, and then as high as you can, just let yourself spin out into half moon, which is amazing. That alignment. So from half moon, we're going to bend the elbow on the right side so you can turn the belly towards the sky. I like to hold on with both hands. So from half moon, we're going to go to crescent moon. So that means kicking up into hammock and then just sitting. That's so fun. So I like to just extend the arms. But it's like my head is kind of resting on my arm for this one. Whatever feels good. We can do all of our other tricks from here. We wanted to go into some more of the spins and acrobatics, but we're going to stay more beginner and come on back down into half moon. But at the same time, we start to incorporate that leg loop into the pose. So what's going to happen is the leg loop is going to go under the arm, and then it's going to suspend us. Yeah, this is really a good way to help people find the alignment. Nice. And then you can feel we can just naturally start to turn our belly towards the earth, bend that right knee, and I like to get the leg loop on. So underneath the breasts. And then it allows me to extend my arms out, or I can reach up over my head. And then the leg loop isn't bopping me, right? You can even bend the standing leg to go a little bit deeper. Find the position that feels right. And then straighten the standing leg and try for a warrior variation. Airplane wings out. Beautiful. Now, for me to come forward, first I bend the knee, just to keep the knee nice and safe. I get that leg loop on top of the left shoulder, and I just let my toes turn forward. It's going to bring me forward again. Yeah, and then I'm going to immediately reach back with my right hand for above my right foot. Good. Awesome. So now that I'm here, it's like dancer. I'm going to go ahead and get really clever about it. And my right hand's going to grab for the other leg loop and get that on the shoulder for my half skydiver, like a skydiver. From here, we can extend the top leg if we want. Right? So that's a bigger stretch. And then from there, all the weight is going to be in the leg loop, so make sure it's in a good position of the shoulders. I can start to tuck in and grab my left foot with my left hand. I like to extend through my right fingertips and my right toes, so it's like a twist. Beautiful. Pull it through the core just slightly. Yeah, like that. That's it. Feel the difference? Nice. It looks beautiful. Now, if you can, grab that left foot with both hands and turn it into a sundial. Beautiful. So amazing. Nice little legs of energy. Then we're going to go back to just the left hand grabbing the foot. then when you want to, and of course we can do that whole free fall sequencing from there. If we wanted to, then we're going to come down into archer. From archer, come back to our swing. Nice. Beautiful. Let's try that last sequence one more time. So from skydiver, come straight up and down. So bend the knees and hook the feet. If you need to come down, it's okay. See if you can get the swing into a good position. It sometimes works better than others. And then slide into archer to open up the chest. And then archer, we can expand into our Superman. Yes, so fun. And then from here, I like to plant the feet, walk forward on the diagonal. So here with Patty. And then you can start swimming a little bit in the space. Now, as you do this, you can transition to the hands. It's a little bit more challenging at the hand position than the elbows. So let's go ahead and drop into some of the sequences. See, we're just combining some sequences we're familiar with the new stuff. So nice to drop the chest there. Go ahead and drop it all the way down. Let's make it a little bit bigger. From the forward fold, we inhale up, arch, and then drop. And then inhale, open up. Exhale, come back down again. So one more drop in the middle there. So inhale, come up, drop the chest, and then inhale back up, and then come back around. Yeah. So next for stretch. Lift. Let's do a few chaturangas while we're here. Keep the diagonal. And see if